I don't have an intro for week 5, so here's this clip of Philip Rivers being weird.
Dang, that was a weird little sequence.
That was a weird one.
That shit cracked me up the first time I saw it, but I will admit I was pretty baked when I laughed at it. But let's get to the handsome son of a bitch who won the money this week. It's me, suck it peasants. Rolling the dice on Josh Allen in the COVID Tuesday game worked out to secure a rather muted high score this week. In fact, it's the lowest high score since we've instituted the weekly high score last year. Off week for Greg. We'll see how he bounces back in a tough matchup next week here with John. Both of these guys, Breen and Moylan, were also on track for a high score this week, and it came down to the wire Tuesday night COVID football, but this was by way of Breen's Buffalo defense. They kept on surrendering points slowly chipping away all night, up until the last second to give Moylan the fantasy football equivalent of blue balls, and that's his second L this year by a margin of less than a point. Campbell gets a huge win this week versus the number 1 ranked GFY defending champion, and his squad will finally get some respect in the rankings this week with that win, and leaves him just shy of 700 points through 5 weeks. But Dridge will look to bounce back this week versus Dave without Dak, without Michael Thomas, without Melvin Gordon with his DUI. Maybe he should go without a D. There's minus 21 on the year, but I'm sure he'll figure it out. John cruises to a win here versus Shoe. He left the high score on the bench. That's gotta hurt. Poor old Shoe Boy here is stuck in a rut where he can't catch a break. Any of his decisions. Between his two QBs, Matt Ryan and Derek Carr, for example, he's chosen the wrong one with less points 4 out of 5 times this year. I'm not sure if I could do that even if I tried. Hopefully he could turn it around, make some good decisions. That is, if he didn't already start daydreaming of deer once I said the word rut earlier in this segment. Dave manages a big upset win for his second straight W after the 0-3 start. This is all despite his QB situation looking like hot garbage. Off week for Ryan. Flipadelphia is back in the winner's column, baby. This week, they're going to join Dave in the Ginger Beatdown as both of our Gingers lose this week. Now on over to the power rankings. Mike Campbell steals that top spot away from Dridge with the W, along with his huge points for total for the season. John's still at 2 because his roster still terrifies me. Breen and I bump up a little bit into the top half of the rankings at 4 and 5. Betro and Dave make jumps up as they look poised to get into the playoff mix here. Moylan may have slid down to 10 here, but don't sleep on him. He's been on fire on the waiver wire pickup, so I don't expect him to stay down there long. What? But I gotta come up with a unique way to tell you to go fuck yourself at the end of every video every fucking week.